Hey everybody, welcome. Coach Cindy here from All Out Training, and I'm here with my coaching client, Kelly. Kelly coached with me one-on-one, and we are talking about just a little bit over a month since we finished coaching together too. One, it's an opportunity for us to check in post-coaching to see how things are going and what she needs, but two, it's also to see, hey, we can continue the journey post-coaching. So I want to thank Kelly, and this is where my dog's going crazy. So hopefully she doesn't interrupt. But welcome, Kelly.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for sharing your story. Kelly, can you start by sharing a little bit about yourself? Who is Kelly?
Oh, well, I'm 52. Um, I grew up in St. Thomas. If we dive right into weight, I struggled with weight my whole life. I feel like my parents were like the kind where to keep you quiet, sit in front of the TV, here's a pop and a bag of chips. And that's kind of how I feel I was raised. So I struggled. My mom was putting me on all these diets. She called them when I was young into high school. I was teased in high school, did have a good group of friends that surrounded me that kind of kept me with them and which I'm still friends with today. And that kind of carried me through. They were very helpful in helping me lose weight. I've been an up and down all my life. So I reached out to a bunch of them and they kind of coached me in my early years, which was what made which was way easier to lose weight when I was younger. And then once I got into 40, 50, it I could not lose weight for trying. I tried old things that I used to do, never worked, diet after diet after diet, and just came to a breaking point.
And that's where you landed on me. You came to
Yes.
me and you were like, okay, I've tried many things. I've been
Hmm.
following you for a really long time.
Yep.
And then that's kind of where you were at, and we were exploring coaching to see if it was the right fit. We were the right
Hmm.
fit, and if you were ready. And what made you kind of decide at that time, like, yes, this was the right fit?
I think just because I kept seeing the scale go up, like I felt uncomfortable. Everyone kept saying menopause does this to you, and this is what you have to expect, and this is how you have to live your life, and you have to deal with it. And I was like, I don't know that. I don't think that's true. I've seen other women my age that aren't struggling with this, and I know everyone's different, but I knew there had to be a reason that I continued, even though I thought I was eating healthy. And then I know, I mean, there's a cost to coaching, and to be honest, I'm gonna sometimes putting money out there or whatever is a motivation for me. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to invest in myself. And no matter what the cost was, I wanted to try this. Talked it with my husband. He was like, you know what, you do what you have to do. And I was not going to lie, I was a little skeptical. Um, I'm like, what is she going to teach me? I think I know what I'm doing. I used to work at a weight loss company when I was in my 20s, and it was completely different than what I thought it was going to be. And um, yeah, it's been a enjoyable, wonderful experience.
Aw.
Yep.
I
Yep.
also remember that skepticism too, because you were like, I'm pretty good at losing the first 10 pounds and then
Yeah.
I'll hit a plateau. So sure, I'll do this, but I'll know I'll get there. Can you talk a little bit about that and what happened with that plateau?
Yeah, I would always struggle with them and I would get to it. A lot of times I would give up. And so I started this program, and right from the beginning with the first 10 days, the weight came right off. Obviously it was a change in how I was eating. I thought I was eating healthy, and then things like, oh, egg isn't just a protein. There's other things in there, and things that I wouldn't have expected I thought were healthy maybe weren't the best options. So I lost my 10 pounds and then waited for the what's going to happen now. And then I just continued to lose. So I like blew past the 10 pounds and thought, okay, I'm not going to say easy, but I got into my groove after the first 10 days, and then I enjoyed it. I loved finding new meals. I loved eating the stuff that I ate before that was incorporated into the program. I didn't give up really anything that I had before. Um, so yeah, I just continued to to lose weight, and I I just continued and I didn't really hit a plateau. I thought
Yeah.
I did at one point, but you kind of talked me out of it that it wasn't a plateau.
Yeah. So there were two things that happened while we were coaching together. One of the things was we had a foot injury, which pulled you back from exercise.
Yep,
The other thing that happened was you went out east
I did to
as
visit my
well.
daughter. Yep.
Yeah, to visit your daughter, which involved a trip to a bakery as well.
Yep.
So I'd like to point those two things out because I think sometimes we wait for the perfect time to do coaching,
Mhm.
and I always lean in, hey, when something like that happens, it's like the perfect because it's real life at play here, and that's how coaching works.
Yep.
And so talk to us about like, okay, you hurt your foot, you couldn't do the workout. So
Mhm.
what happened during co it wasn't like we didn't hit the pause or the stop button. What did we do?
So I continued to walk. I found the walking my dogs I could handle, but a lot of the treadmill work and that kind of stuff, I felt it was very difficult. So I just stuck to my the program. Like I ate, I was kind of on point with my eating, and then that with the walking the dogs, I just kept losing weight. The going out east wasn't a challenge. I incorporated, the glass of wine that I wanted or the bakery that I wanted. And I think I lost 4 pounds while I was out east. So I didn't gain weight. I didn't find it hard. And it was very easy to kind of incorporate this program into everything we were doing out there.
Yeah. And your coach
Yeah.
tried to convince you to go to the bakery.
Yes. Yes. I know. I brought something home. It's still in the freezer. I still haven't ate it. I ate one out there and brought one home. So I'm waiting for the perfect time to,
Yeah.
have that again.
Yeah. So what do you think was different about this that, hey, I didn't hit the plateau, but every other time I did?
I mean, having you there to ask every question, like before it was, I try to lose weight, I'm on my own. So having you to point out with the way I was eating, maybe we should try this instead of this, or maybe this isn't a good option. Um, but I think it was just all the new foods that, like I guess I was eating the foods. I'm eating the same foods now that I was then. I would say not necessarily all of them, but the majority. But it was just how I was eating them, what I was eating them with, or morning versus evening, or some. It was just the shift of everything within my normal diet that I like to eat, anyways. I think that was the shift. Like,
And then what about protein? Because you were working on protein too.
yeah, so protein was a hard one. But there was a lot of things I really didn't know were a protein. Like I'd never had egg whites before other than the egg. So I've incorporated stuff like that. So you had a lot of great protein tips. One of the biggest ones that helped me is when you're building your day, using the app and using your app to calculate your food, was put your protein in first. Like that was a game changer for me. So I put all my protein in for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and then built my day around that. And then I was more apt to hit my protein target, which I was never eating enough protein.
Yeah, I just like to pause there because a lot of women, like when I'm chatting with them, they'll be like, "Okay, I'm trying to up my protein," and so they feel like, "Oh, can't be that." But once you actually get into it, it's like you're like, "Yeah, you are trying and you are eating healthy. Those are a given, but it's like we're not where we need to be. So, so we're not actually calculating or we're not actually thinking protein first." And that was just like, "Hey, you were submitting your food journal and we weren't always coming short on our protein. So then we changed strategy to be like, hey, let's try this strategy and see if it works. And then that one kind of worked for you. So that's kind of
Yes,
like the advantage of having a coach is you have someone to troubleshoot and be like, I'm spotting this pattern. Let's try this over here.
right, exactly. So I think it was definitely having you versus me trying to do it on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, and then what did you, I guess like what shifted for you for exercise as well? Because we did some modifications with your exercise in terms of what you were doing before coaching and then
Mhm.
during coaching.
So I was never doing weights really. I was a run on the treadmill or walk on the treadmill or just walk my dogs. So just adding um, the weights was huge for me. It was different. Incorporating that with my walking and my treadmill was I think obviously what helped in weight loss as well.
Yeah, and we looked at the order too. So it was like, hey, on the days where you did want to work out and you wanted to do a walk or a treadmill, it was like, does the order look like? Why are we doing that in that order?
Yep.
And that sort of thing. And we looked at kind of like your rep ranges and things like that. So, so that was good in terms of trying to evolve your exercise. What did you learn about yourself?
Um, I mean, now I can look at myself and I feel like I can see what's changed. Like I'm more confident. And I think back then, or I mean, it hasn't even been that long ago. I guess I started in March, around March or April. Um, I think I was just, I don't know, I was kind of just going day to day. I worked 9 to 5, going to work, coming home, doing the same thing. And now I feel like I've got more confidence to, I'm going out more, whether it's with my friends, with my husband. I seem to have more, the biggest thing is more confidence, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was the point in the coaching journey where you felt like, pardon my language, holy shit, this is working?
Yeah. I think, I mean, I want to say the protein talk was one thing, like the whole, this is how, add the protein first. But I think the biggest was probably after the reset at the beginning. I was like I knew that I was doing the gut reset and changing that, and I noticed a whole bunch of changes after that 10 days. And then from shifting into adding things back in, I was like, wow, like I there is a lot of food choices. I don't have to really give up anything. It's just how do I incorporate it. But I think after the 10 days I was like, I think this is going to work. Like
Hmm.
it was very, you, every day we talked. So, whether it was just showing pictures or you commenting on things or in the chat. And I think having you there, and then after the 10, I'm like, the weight that I lost, because I think I lost 11 pounds in that 10 days. And I was like, wow, there's my first 10. I thought I'd hit the plateau and I'm, two over that. So I think that was kind of the
Yeah.
realization that I wanted to keep going.
Yeah. And I remembered you being skeptical and being like, yeah, those are the easy ones. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
that I'm going to hit the plateau. Yeah, and we continuously did like your photos, your measurements, and your weight
yep,
too to see like, hey, things were shifting. So it wasn't just scale weight that we were
yep.
losing, it was inches too. In fact, you just bought a new bathing suit,
I did. Yep, yep.
smaller one at that.
Yep. Yeah, I bought two new bathing suits, and I went out clothes shopping and bought smaller, summer clothes and all that. So, yep,
Yeah, that feels good.
it
Yeah.
felt great. Yep.
Yeah. So we are talking post coaching. We're talking,
Mhm.
I think about 5 weeks post coaching.
After.
So how's it been? Because, some women are really good at
Mhm.
doing it when they're being observed, when they're invested in the thing, but they still have that mindset of when it's done, I'll return to my and do
Yep.
X or whatever. When it's done, I can't wait. So talk about, hey, we're talking 5 weeks post coaching,
Mhm.
like what's going on, what's been happening.
So I didn't change a thing. I just continued because I had a goal of 60 pounds to lose, and I didn't want to stop. So I'm over halfway of my goal. Um, and that's why I don't want to give it up. Like, it's not a program where I struggled. And so I think after doing it for these many weeks, it's kind of become my new normal,
Mhm.
and I don't find it difficult. But yeah, it's not a struggle. It's just my everyday life now. And I don't think I'm missing anything. I kept going. I've invested this far. And I think seeing the weight come off and the inches and smaller clothes is the motivation to keep going for me.
Yeah. And
That's,
then, so now
yep.
we're in the like midst of the summer. So
Hmm.
summer habits look different. And we were just talking before, and I asked you, how's things shifted for the summer? And you were talking about pools and entertaining and,
Yep.
friends coming by, and you're like, it's different now.
It is. Yeah. So I was never a big drinker, but drinking always came with summer. So when people come over, I if I want to drink, I could have one, but I just have no desire to have it. And I just still have the same relationships I had before. It wasn't the alcohol, it was the family and the friends and the pool and the having fun. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything. It's just, I it seems like no difference from like before. I remember thinking it's winter, so this is when I have to lose weight because it's winter, and then you come into summer, and summer is your like let go time where you do whatever you want. And I feel like winter and summer is not any different now. It's the same
Yeah.
motivation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. What
Yeah.
would you say to the woman who's listening to this who has struggled with losing weight or fearful maybe or
Mhm.
skeptical of making a change or or investing in herself? Like,
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's not the same woman. Maybe those are all three different types of women, but oftentimes people struggle with investing in themselves, with finding time and being skeptical or fearful. What do you say to
Mhm.
her?
I would say like there's never going to be the perfect time. It's now is the perfect time. I mean, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling not confident, if you're just kind of at the end and you feel that you need help, reach out. Like I thought I could always do it myself, and um, I did. Like I said, I followed you for a while, and I saw your stuff, and I thought there's no time better than now to do it, and it changed my life. Like I think I said that to you in my letter that I wrote. It was like, you changed my life as to now in I'm eating a way that I can carry forward, for the rest of my life. It was again, some parts of it I found very easy. Like I just once I got going and wrapped
Mhm.
my head around it, it was just my way of life. And when the weight comes off and the inches come off, and I'm getting more energy for exercising and playing with the dogs and stuff like that. I just I think there's no time to do it except now.
Yeah. And what
Yep.
you're really describing is like you've shifted from a person who does the things to to shifted to a like an identity. Like this is the person who I am, and because I want to be this person and I am this person, this is what this person does.
Yep.
Versus it being sometimes when we go through weight loss, it's like these are the things I need to do to lose weight. They're still very separate, but you're like, this is me, take it or leave it. Like this is
Yeah.
now how I want to live and how I want to feel.
Yeah. And I do have a lot of friends who ask me, how'd you do it? And I tell them about the program, and I'm like, you need to do it. We're not getting any younger, and if you want to feel healthier now that you're over 40, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
They have young kids. Like I'm lucky. My daughter's older, but they some of my friends still have 15, 16-year olds at home, and you want to get out and do things with your kids and get more energy and feel better. Then this is the way to do it.
Yeah. What would you I guess like if you were to talk to your pre-coaching self, who the person who thought I'm doing the things to lose weight, I'm eating
Mm-hmm.
healthy. What did she not understand that she now understands way better?
Um, the biggest is probably, I think a lot of people, and I know I fell into this group, I never ate enough. Like when I saw the calories that I was supposed to eat, I was like, okay, this is one of these skeptical things. This is way too much food. And so I eat the calories and I'm losing weight. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't even make sense. Like, I think it was in my mind before, it was you either fast or you don't eat will help you lose weight. And so I fell into the not eating enough. And then I think I said to you, I'm like, this is a lot of food. But I'm still losing weight. So like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy eating all this food. I've never ate this much food. And then, kept losing weight. So I was like, okay, obviously that's what my body needed.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
protein, yeah, all that.
Yeah. I think the idea that people have is like the least amount of food I eat, then the more likely I am to lose the weight. But
Yep.
the you need to ask yourself, what's the most I can get away with uh,
Yep.
and still lose the weight, right? So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
a little bit more of a sustainable approach. What does taking care of yourself mean now versus before?
Um, I mean, eating healthy is top on the list. Like before, I was a snacker, and I think I would eat throughout the day, but I just find now it shifted, and eating for me is just three meals a day, maybe the odd snack, but I don't feel hungry in between. My body seems more regulated. Um, and I'm not hungry. So I think it's just, it's a healthier way to live now. I'm exercising more. Before it was like, okay, I have to exercise. And I think I said this to you once. I ate something that I thought maybe wasn't great. And I'm like, I'm going to go down on the treadmill now and I'm going to work out for an extra half an hour because and you're like, this is not your punishment. And that's how I've always looked at it. So now I don't look at it like that. I look at it as working out is keeping me fit and able to do stuff when I am traveling with my daughter and that kind of stuff. So they work together basically is one of the things I've learned. And going forward, I want to do the exercise with the eating healthy to keep healthy.
Yeah, and it changes the way you look at exercise. So if you're not
Mm-hmm.
doing it, the exercise, the mindset you have when you tackle exercise because you did X with food is totally different. Or I need to
Yeah.
exercise to lose weight. It's a totally different mindset when it's like, this is what I need in order to have the lifestyle that I want. It's like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And so it's like, this needs to happen if I want to keep up with my daughter, keep up with my dogs, keep up with my traveling, and keep
Yeah.
swimming in my pool. Like these are the things that I need to do.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it because it's like it reframes self-care for you, what it means to take care of yourself, right? Is
It
like
does.
it's not a survival mode. It's now like I'm doing this for the person I am today, but I'm doing this for my future self as well. And that involves how I move my body and how I nourish my body now too.
Yeah, and also find now where because I've I'm still going through it. I'm definitely not done. I'm trying to rally people with me. Like, my husband wants to lose weight and friends want to lose weight. And I think, yeah, just seeing that I am, and I say to them, by no means am I like an expert at this, but like I know what you can do to lose weight. And they just see that I still do everything I love to do before. So it's not like I still go out to restaurants. I still go to the breweries and all that. And that was one thing we love doing and nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I can still do whatever I want.
I love that you're leading now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that because it's like we're always so scared to be that person that makes the shift and what's that going to mean for all the relationships around me. But like you're just, you know what a gift it is. Now I get to step into inspiring other people and leading other people in their own journey. Like,
Yeah, and I think I kind of fell off from that because, like I had mentioned, I did work at a weight loss company when I was younger, and I absolutely loved it. It was coming in and seeing them lose weight, and I was coaching them, but for some reason there was became a disconnect when I wasn't working in there, and like, how do I still do this? And I lost that along the way, and I lost that, I guess, the helping that I liked doing with those clients at that time,
yeah,
and now I almost feel like I could help you. I know how you can get healthy, and I'm kind of steering them in that direction now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What we did forget to mention though is we did forget to mention that you also have a business, a cookie business
Yes.
as well. So Kelly bakes a ton of cookies and she did that all while she was coaching as well.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Every week I'm doing 6 to 7 dozen cookies. I'm lucky though. I don't have a desire to eat the cookies when I'm doing it. But yeah, it's that keeps me going as well. And that was also why I needed more energy and wanted to keep going because I work full time, 8 to 4, and then I come home and do cookies every night till 8 o'clock. So
Mhm.
I was definitely lacking energy before, and even sometimes motivation where I think I've got that all back now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Any last words of wisdom or anything that you would like to say or leave women that are watching this with?
Um, I mean, just again, if you're thinking about it and just thinking now's not the time, it's summer, I can't do this now, you can do it. You can do it at summer, winter, fall. There's no time better now to jump in. And like I said before, like your coaching is what got me through it, what's still getting me through it. I never forgot anything that you've said, even if I'm continuing on my own journey. You're always in the back of my head saying, this is probably a better choice. But yeah, you definitely changed my life, and I would tell anyone to go for it.
Yeah, I wish I had
Yep.
a voice like Jennifer Coolidge, maybe it would
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Thanks so much, Kelly, for sharing your story.
Yeah, of course.